morning, everybody. Welcome back to Simple Acre Homestead. I want to take you guys over and show you a little addition I did on the Aviary. That's right, you're hearing it properly, Aviary. That is our mini barn. Shh. Our mini barn, that is the rabbit and quail barn, so we combined the two names and called it Aviary, in case you haven't seen that in our previous videos. Anyway, I had a lean on that side of that Aviary that I was using to park the tractor under, lawnmowers, things like that. So it was kind of a breezeway, but I wanted to make some use of it. Obviously, I didn't want to close it all in because that would be extending the size of the building, and I didn't want to get into permits and things like that. So I turned it into... All right, here's what I did. This was the lean. Now it is a aviary. I took the existing structure, added a few 4x4s just for an extra framing to allow me to put some 2x4s on. I tried to use pressure treated lumber. I took some LP smart siding and did a half wall here. I did a half wall across the back side. Underneath this half wall, top to bottom, is hardware cloth. Okay, the hardware cloth is in the ground. Beyond this wood as well, like I said, I put the wood over top of the hardware cloth, so if something happens to chew into the wood, they still have to chew through this metal. This door that I framed up is top to bottom screen, with the exception of I did put about a 10, I think it's about 10 to 12 inch solid wood at the bottom. The purpose of that is if we do get snow, the door will open up and not be blocked by the snow if it happens to drift inside the aviary here. Okay, so because it is open top to bottom with wire, I did put hardware cloth on both sides of the door for a double layer to get a little bit more protection. If you look around the side here where Pickles, Cindy's billy goat, stays, we have his goat fence, and then beyond that I also put hardware cloth top to bottom. That is so that they can, it gives them more to see out. The area is fairly sheltered anyway, right? Because we have the other barn here, blocks the wind this direction. The half wall here blocks this north wind, and the half wall at the back, which is where we get most of our bad weather in the winter time, except for the really cold days when it comes from the north, but most of our weather comes from the southwest. So that half wall back there will block a lot of that bad weather and wind. Worst case scenario, I will have to board up that back, the top half with some plywood for the winter time, but I don't really think it's going to be an issue, but we'll see. We'll see what our winter's like, but I'll show you that area in a second. So again, like I said, I left this side open, and the purpose of that is just get more light, more natural environment. Speaking of natural environment, come on in. Let's see who's in here, what's going on, and what we've tried to do. I'll just mention with this door, what I did do was put self-closing hinges, just because what is in here could easily fly. All right, guys, so now we're back inside the aviary here. If you look down here on the left-hand side, we have some ringneck pheasants, a new addition here to Simple Acre Homestead. We've had them now for a few weeks. They're about a week old when we got them. I do not know if they're males or females yet. If anybody has an idea by looking at them at this point in time, because what would they be now, Cindy? Maybe 3-4 weeks, yeah, approximately. I'm not sure at what age we should be able to know the difference, but as you can see, they're fairly used to us. We had them in the house for the longest time in a brooder, and then we bought them out here to the Aviary and put them in one of the cages there where they were kind of face to face with us at that height. And the other reason that they are kind of over here on this side with me is if you look over in the other corner beyond this autumn olive that we planted in the center, we did plant a bunch of trees this last little while, and we kept a couple set aside for use in this aviary. The other reason the pheasants are over here, not only because they're used to us, Cindy wanted to get some silkies and Polish chickens, and right now we've put them in here with the pheasants, so check those guys out over there. Well, they're bullying the pheasant. So over there you have Rod Stewart, Einstein, Donald Trump, and the Silkies don't have names yet. But so we've tried to go as natural as we can in here. It's nice and cool with the shade. We put 2 cedar trees in here, a little bit of a log. We're gonna put some branches. We're gonna add a few more branches as we need more space for perching. The pheasants don't perch so much. They're kind of more, they do fly and they can perch, but they tend to spend more time on the ground, where the chickens tend to try to perch at night. All right, so there's a couple cedars. This is just an autumn olive. It's still kind of droopy from the move, but they usually bounce back really well. So we may have to add some more shrubs in here because I don't expect that the grass is going to grow super well with the chickens being in here. The pheasants don't bother it so much. Eventually, we may or may not leave the chickens in here. We're still talking about that because we do have guinea fowl in an incubator. So if we end up hatching guinea fowl, as we should, we're going to have a space for them as well, and they do fly. So they may need to come in here with the pheasants. But we will see. Unless I can manage to build another small structure in the form of an aviary, just depends on time and money and everything else that goes along with that. So this is the inside. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's all open here. The back side is the same as the front with the half wall. The hardware cloth goes into the ground. And so far, it's been a few days and everything in here seems very happy. It's about as close as you can get to being free ranging in this area, especially for a bird of flight. A wild game bird such as a pheasant, of course, is not going to stick around. And Cindy tells me that those Polish chickens are good flyers as well. So we don't want them taking off. As you guys have probably seen in our previous videos, we live very close to a highway. We are on a paved road, and our neighbors are fairly close, even though we are in the country, because we have a small property, 1 acre. We're trying to make the most of that 1 acre because we have farms all around us. There is a small property next to us that's a little smaller than ours, but we don't want things wandering off and causing havoc in other areas or not returning home. So this is a solution for now. Okay guys, well, now you've been introduced to the pheasants and you know what those chickens are that Cindy has. So I'm going to end this video here, and I hope you give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't followed the channel, we'd really enjoy it if you subscribe and keep up to our latest videos, and we'll show more of these guys in the future. Have a good day, guys.